many of our biggest names coming up over the next month or so, but we don't have to wait that long for the return of Manchester's Michael Gomez. Two-time British super featherweight champion Gomez, rejuvenated over the past couple of years. 6 straight wins in a row before tonight, all of them inside 5 rounds. The opponent, Leva Kirakosyian, the Russian, not really experienced by comparison with Gomez. So the question, could Gomez make short work of this opponent? Let's join Jiminian to find out.
Michael Gomez, who talked of retiring at 26, is 27 now and on a bit of a roll at the moment. He's stopped his last 6 opponents, almost reinvented himself. In with the Russian in the blue trunks here, Leva Kirakosyian, former Russian champion who's beaten the decent Italian Giuseppe Lore in 3 rounds. Had him on the floor twice as well, so he might have a bit of a dig. But Gomez will start a big favourite here, and he's gunning now for the bigger names in the 9 stone 4 pound division. Whether he can get to them or not is another matter, but he's top 10 ranked now with 3 of the main 4 world governing bodies. Kirakosyan looking for a body shot on the chopping right early on.
Well, first impressions of Kirakosyan, it doesn't look too bad. He knows how to slip a lead, come back with counters. He's fairly solid on his feet. He doesn't seem to like to back off unless he's pushed back. So this is the makings of a little corker.
Gomez, who won that absolute thriller against Alex Arthur a year ago up in Scotland. And a lot of us would like to see a rematch of that. It would certainly be a hot ticket. Although Arthur's got to re-establish himself a little bit first. He's in action in a couple of weeks' time. Nice uppercut with the left hand from Gomez, who was snarling at the Russian at the weigh-in yesterday. I must say Kirakosyan looked a little bemused by Gomez's behaviour, to put it mildly.
Well, he's not intimidated because he knows how to use the shoulder, he knows how to use the elbow. Just as I'm speaking, he's doing that again. Mickey Vans had a quiet word, but probably if it continues, he'll have more to say about it. But he certainly looks rough enough.
Gomez, you get the impression, a lot fitter these days. He knew, I think, when he had those defeats against Laszlo Bogner and Kevin Lear, really that he was facing the end of his career. He either buckled down or that was the end of it. He did buckle down. He's looked a different fighter again since.
Yeah, well, of the 2 in the first round, Gomez has the better defence. He's blocking more. Kirakosyan a little bit leaky. There's another uppercut going through. He's going to have to tighten up, especially the uppercut.
Looking quite compact. Gloves held high, letting go some nice shots here and just forcing this Russian back a little bit. He's a pretty big super featherweight. Having said that, the Russian's been operating at light and light welter.
Well, we've seen the shoulder, we've seen the elbow, then we saw a little bit of head there. I mean, Gomez just wants to be a little bit careful, clashes of heads here, because they're toe-to-toe for the complete first round.
There is a danger of cuts, certainly, the way they've been locking horns a little bit. It's a nice left hook that by Kirakosyan. That did get past that high-held glove, and a lovely uppercut again. He's used that, and there's a cut right eye now for Kirakosyan. It looks a bit bad too. You could almost make a film about Michael Gomez's story, which we've told you a few times, well documented. Born in a car, raised in children's homes. He displayed lots of aggression on the football pitch, so much that they put him into a boxing gym. That suited him better. Heads clashing again.
Well, that was Gomez claiming the glove again with his elbows this time. We're seeing some nice little pro tricks from Gomez.
The independent rankings have him at number 14, Gomez, at the moment. By the way, that name Armstrong on the back of his trunks, that's his real name, Michael Armstrong. When he turned pro, there was another pro of the same name, so he named himself after Wilfredo Gomez, the great Puerto Rican. Nice right hand, right cross, but he just looks at the moment, Kirakosyan, as if he's finding this a bit too much, little gulps for air.
Yeah, well, the big difference between the two is that Gomez is perfectly happy with what's happening. Kirakosyan is not, but I'm surprised he's not trying to change it. His tactics haven't shifted. He's just standing right in front of Gomez, trying to blast him back, and it's not working. You think he would try something else.
Left hook to the body this time from Gomez, and that drew a gasp of air from the Russian.
I'd have to say, I think the Russian is a little bit better than he's looking tonight. But Gomez is just not letting him get a foothold. He's bullying him, pushing him back, just keeping him under control so far.
Blood's worse by that right eye too now for Kirakosyan. Gomez in no mood to be denied in this phase of his career. That big win over Alex Earp has done wonders for him. Barges it with the shoulder, Kirakosyan then.
Well, he's been doing quite a bit of that. Oh, now that was a shaker. We'll see how Gomez took that one. That was a good right hand, bang on the button. It's about the first time he's left his chin open. That he's taken him now. That has knocked a bit of the fight out of him, Ian. That
was a good shot, it really was. And Gomez just having to regroup. Kirakosyan did have that Giuseppe lorry down a couple of times, which is quite useful. Maybe Gomez's head just clearing a little, but he was shaken by that one.
But he's coped with it well. He hasn't gone on an all-out attack. His pride hasn't been hurt. He's using good sense, getting the chin back down again. That's one of the few times he's actually left his chin exposed tonight.
Good fight this, good quality action. Good moment for Kirakosyan in this round. Gomez has had to suck it up for a bit, but he's coming back now.
Good controlled pressure from Gomez, nothing silly. Not taking any chances, just grinding away, getting the job done.
Nice right hand over the top from the Russian as well. His best round to date, but still Gomez inching forward, hunting his man down bit by bit with some kind of relentless approach.
I tell you, it's working. It's working. Don't try.
There we are, 31 wins in 36. He lost 3 of his first 7, and he's won inside 5 rounds in his last 6 fights. In fact, both times he's been beyond 5 since the loss to Bogner, he's been beaten.
Well, I think Kirakosyan badly needs a little bit of success, either to hurt Gomez, to stop him in his tracks, even win a round, although there's been no signs of that. But if things are going steadily against him, he has to turn the fortunes round a bit.
He's looking pretty strong, Gomez, in there. He's a big super featherweight. He has to work to make 9 stone 4. You should think Kirakosyan must have done too, because he's been fighting up at lightweight, even light welter at times. Of course, this 24-hour weigh-in gives you plenty of time to bulk up a bit after the fight. So I don't know what he's weighing on the night, Gomez. He looks to it's a great right cross from Kirakosyan with his back to the ropes. This time he kind of bounced off the jaw of Gomez, who's shown tonight his chin's all right.
Well, that's a couple of times. I don't know if Kirakosyan has the strength now to sustain any attacks, but that certainly was a good single pot shot there.
Well blocked that time by Gomez, who's back to work with that jab again. Noticed he said nobody can punch as short as me, Gomez. He does look effective with left hook, but he's hurt here by a series of right hands. Now Kirakosyan gets him. Here's a crisis for Gomez. He's done well tonight, but he's in a bit of trouble here, and there's a bomb. Kirakosyan knows about it too. Gomez instinctively throws the left hook back, but now he really is having to fight through a very, very difficult patch. Oh dear, is this going to go wrong for Gomez now? The legs look a bit weak at the moment too.
Well, this is where the benefit of being in shape for the last year comes into play, because he's got some recovering to do here. Has he built up enough stamina over the last year to come back from this? Because really, these are full-blooded shots he's taken. I was expecting Kirakosyan to come back with something, but this is something I dreaded.
This is one tough Russian. He's very, very strong. Gomez has outworked him and outboxed him. He looked on the brink of going maybe, but now look how Kirakosyan's come back, and what's this taking out of Gomez? Can he come back from this round? It's been a damaging one for him.
See, that's the difference, as I say, Ian, stamina. You can get fit for a fight in 6, 7, 8 weeks, but you can't build stamina. Well, Gomez has been in great shape for more than a year, and I think that will stand him in good stead tonight.
He's needed his conditioning in this round, all right. He needs the end of the round, I'd say. They need to get him back in that corner. Kirakosyan has given it a lot as he punched himself out for the round. Right, let's go back with Michael Gomez to the corner and hear what Billy Graham, the trainer, has to say.
Why didn't you fucking flame him? Go on that, Walter. Hey? No, that, mate. Why didn't you flame him? Come here. Take his mouth inside. Come here. Listen, he's going to come and go for it. And if he goes for it too close, he'll hit you. Yeah? Flame him. Just stop his work. Your time will come if you survive the moment. Do you hear me? Yeah. Do you hear me, Mike?
Yep.
Is your head okay?
Yeah, I'm clear now.
Is your head clear?
Yep.
Right. Please touch it.
Far too many clean shots, and that's good advice he's getting from the corner. When you're shaken, when you're hurt, you don't think about blasting back. You claim the other man, stop him from working, just nullify his work. And Gomez didn't do enough of that, and he's been taken to task for it by Billy Graham. But you should not be backing off with your hands down. This is where you should be grabbing hold of the guy, trying to do it there, but not with enough commitment. That was a bad round for Gomez, but as I say, the condition he's built up over the last year, hopefully we'll see him through that and he'll be able to recover from it.
He had to get through the round he did. Was a minute long enough to revitalise him. Kirakosyan, remember the Russian in the blue trunks here. Gomez, who was dominating the fight really against a useful opponent to that last round. Then it all changed. Now what? Sixth round this. It's due to go 12 for the World Boxing Union Championship. He's been very resilient, hasn't he, Kirakosyan? He's looked in trouble with gulping for air quite a few times, but what a rally he produced in that last round. Here goes Gomez back to normal service here.
Well, we've reached this stage in the fight when natural physical strength is going to come into play. They've both put out a lot of work, they've both been hurt. So just that natural strength, will Gomez have enough to turn it back round again?
Just needs to keep that left glove up, Michael Gomez, because Kirakosyan is dangerous with the right hand. Lovely jabbing, and he looks at his corner, Kirakosyan. Then shot a little distress signal, I reckon, to the corner. Watch the use of the head, says Mickey Van, as they work in close again.
See, psychologically, Gomez getting through the previous round might have put a big dent in Kirakosyan.
Back in control for the moment, Gomez. Maybe decisively back in control as well, because Kirakosyan's looking a bit spent at the moment. Now it's him who's going through the crisis. Has he got much left here, this Russian? Or did he give it his all in that last round? He gambled all the chips, all the marbles in that last round, didn't get the payoff. Now here's Gomez.
Well, it's not too often in the past that Gomez has been able to come back from such a disastrous round, but that shows what a different fighter he is now. He's turned the thing all the way around, back in control. There's that right hand again coming back though.
He showed a bit of championship quality, I thought, Gomez there, to come through that very rough patch and then do this again the round after. How much has Kirakosyan got left now? He might come again, you don't know. There's a lovely right to the body from Gomez. That will have done a bit of damage, and the right eye's closing up now of Kirakosyan. He won't be able to see out of that.
He's never had an answer to the jab of Gomez. The other punches Gomez has been throwing have been more eye-catching, but the jab, there's been so much success from it. Another slip.
Just slipped. Gasping for breath. Mouth draping open. Right eye shut. He's in trouble. Leva Kirakosyian now. Are they going to pull him out of the fight, I wonder?
Real distress signals from Kirakosyan in that round. I think he threw everything he had left into the fifth round. It looked he was on the verge of victory. I think he's emptied his tank.
Funny old fight, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, well, right from the off, it looked like it was going to develop there. It's even better than I thought.
Now Mickey Van's gone over to the corner, and it's over. They've retired him. That's it. Kirakosyan and his cornermen want no more. Michael Gomez had to come through a big crisis in round 5 to prevail, and that is an excellent win, maybe tougher than a lot of people thought it was going to be going in, but he has a 7th successive stoppage. And you have to say, although he was hit and hurt in that fight, and it got bad for a while, that was pretty impressive.
That was very impressive. I think the time is right now to move Michael Gomez. If they could get a big fight for him, I don't think he's going to get an awful lot better than he is. I mean, that was a punch perfect display. The pressure was good, the variety was good, the jab was good, everything worked for him. If he can keep this form together for maybe the next year or so, this little fella can make himself a lot of money.
Is he ever in a bad fight, this guy?
No, he's got an excellent style. He stands in front of people. He just wants to draw them into a battle, and he knows how to pressurise.
Landed 107 to the Russians 69. 38% success was good. He was economic tonight, Gomez, but there's no point holding him back. If they can get a big fight for one of the main titles now, they've got to go for it, haven't they?
Yeah, but I think we're seeing the best of him. I don't think he's going to get an awful lot better than this, and what he showed tonight, he may just be good enough. Who knows?
Good fight, though.
Oh yeah, what happened was I tried to relax too much. The kid was tough, you know. He knocked out Zippy Lauer in 3 rounds. He went 5 rounds with Ricky Hatton. So he shows a kick and punch, and he hit me a few times. But I got through the stone to show like I was a true champion. Been come through it and could use the jab. The first time I showed the jab.
That's it. Everything was going according to plan, and in the 5th round, well, you had to get through the storm. Was it conditioning? Was it down to this man, Billy Graham?
Of course, it was down to Billy Graham, Kerry Kayes, and Bobby Rimmer. They kept me in great condition. But you know, I think we made a few little mistakes this time round. Maybe a little bit overtraining on my behalf on running, but something we've got to go back to the drawing board. You know, performance like that, and we can go back to the drawing board and change things. It's good.
Billy, do you think he showed a champion's heart and also fitness over the last year and a half that got him through that?
Let me tell you something. I knew about this kid right away as soon as I seen the tape of him. I knew he was a right big puncher, yeah, and he's real awkward, and I knew how dangerous he was. All we had to do was to keep on his face and drain his energy, and keep making the kid work, because he was dangerous. Mike did exactly what I wanted him to do. He had to fight the way he fought.
Frank Warren, he's rated in the top 10 of the WBO, the IBF and the WBA. At 27, is it the time to strike?
It certainly is, and that's what we'll be working on. Hopefully in the new year Mike will get his chance again.
Which avenue will you be exploring for Michael Gomez?
We'll look at him and we'll look at the best one and see make a decision next year.
Who do you want?
You know, I want the top guys, because I've been around 10 years now. Been pro 10 years. I want the top guys in business. I love a fight. That's what I give the crowd tonight. A good fight. I want to fight Eric Morales. I want to be in a top class war. I made my mark on British boxing with Alex Arthur. Now I want to make it on the world scene with Eric Morales.
He's like Hatton, he doesn't put his promoter under any pressure whatsoever, does he? Morales or nothing,
yeah,
Frank.
Absolutely. Well, you know, looking at the kid, and that was a very tough fight for him, and you know, it really is justice to his commitment over the last years, and he's the one that's responsible for it. He's put himself through the paces, and that got him through that fight. But I have to tell you, you know, there's not much more left in him, so they should get him those big fights and get him from really, as soon as possible.
He really deserves.
He
I'd love to say it. He's paid
really
his dues. He's had a good career. He's tough. I think he needs the motivation as well, because he's the.
Was that a factor in that one?
I think it was a little bit. I think he was a little bit undermotivated, and he probably trained a bit too hard, and he's just a little bit flat. Still worked well, and his fitness got him through. But I think he's much better when his back's up against the ropes.
Nonetheless, the Gomez revival goes on.